And I jumped that high in the air. I had my glasses on, and my dad just bought me, and I smashed them. And when I picked them up, I just threw them away. When I got home, Dad said, "Where's your glasses?" And I told him, and he gave me a good beating, and I was 18.
Hello and welcome to episode 3 of Brummies broadcast. We've got no Lee today. Lee, I think he's out in the Peak Districts. He's doing a bit more travelling, you know. But we've got a special guest, first ever guest. It's my dad. It's Jerry.
How you doing, guys?
You know, he's been featured a lot on the channel and stuff. So I thought I'd get you on. You know a bit about more back in the day with Blues, and we've also got some of your questions as well, which will be interesting. Before we do get started though, this is sponsored by One Football. As usual, go and check it out. It is the best football app on the market, completely free, and the reviews don't lie. Go check it out, link is down in the description. But, Dad, what do you think? So, what do you think about Blues this season? You know, we've had a few bad seasons, haven't we? Yeah. Three out of the last 5, we've had to rely on a final day survival. You know, are we punching above our weight?
Yeah, I think we've had a great season under Monk.
Yeah,
he's doing a great job. He seems to be getting the best out of players, which is the main thing. And there seems to be a lot of camaraderie there, isn't there, amongst everybody, and everybody, I think, playing better than they should be playing. I don't think we've got brilliant players. We've got good goal scorers now with Shea knocking them in, as you know.
It's the depth. Yeah. We haven't really had depth this season, but quite luckily, that could have played into our hands. Like, we haven't had the luxury of options, so players really have had to grow into their positions, and we've seen them thrive. Yeah,
I think they've been playing out their skin. I think that they've been playing really well. It's a shame we can't have Maxi Collin playing in his right position, because he does struggle sometimes as a left back, but like Brian Clough used to say in the old days, if you're playing the back, you should be able to play anywhere. That's what he used to say, and he's probably right, you know.
Yeah, I think, to be fair, he's putting a good shift in, and it says a lot about Wes Harding, the fact that he's keeping Pedersen out. I probably would have liked to see Pedersen maybe against QPR. Just at the end there, we probably needed the height, and he does struggle a little bit. But
QPR, what a game, man! That was awful,
absolutely.
Wasn't it? Shocking. It seemed that we'd gone backwards to last season. You know, considering what we've done this season.
Crumbled, didn't we?
Oh, it was awful. It was shocking.
You know what? Speaking of that, I was saying to my mate, it's only a Blues fan would say at 4-0 we're not really safe here, and a lot of people were mentioning Swindon. I think it was 1993. I don't know if you remember it. We were 4-0. Was it 4-0 or 4-1 up? And was it Glenn Hoddle?
Yeah. Hoddle in the middle. Yeah. Probably everybody knows about Hoddle. He was a terrific player. Yeah. He was in his later days then, especially at Swindon. Yeah. But he's got. Oh, Jesus, that was some game. That was. I do remember it, but I can't remember much about it.
Yeah, I think he scored 3 or 4.
Dynamic midfield player, held the ball used to glue to his foot, you know, everybody used to rate him. But, by the way, I hope he's well now, because he had a heart attack not long ago, didn't he? So, I don't hear much about him now.
Yeah, I think he's okay. But moving on to last game was against Bolton. We've gone from a complete high, because in the end it was a really good one with Lee Camp making that save. We've gone from a high to a low. It was a bit of a banana skin, and I think a lot of Blues fans they saw it coming in a way, just because of it's that typical Tuesday night against the team we should be beating. It was a bit flat of an atmosphere. We seem to have won every season a game like this.
I don't understand. We couldn't pass the ball, we couldn't do anything. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is with night games. They're a bit like Sunday games. For some reason, we never play well on a night, and we never play well on a Sunday. I don't know what it is.
You're probably right there, actually.
We don't play well at all. But like you said on the way to the game, it was going to be a tough one, it was going to be a hard one. I thought we'd win it.
Yeah.
You know, I know I said 4-1 on the vlog, but I say 4-1 to everything. But you know, I honestly thought we'd have won it, but it was going to be a close one, and the odd goal, like you said, will probably. Yeah. And they got it.
It's fine margins. I think they came for a point. And anything extra was a bonus. It could have gone the other way. You know, we saw Hata hit the crossbar, and he hit the post again before against QPR. He's really growing into that. Well, he's only just moved into that central position, but he's really making it his own. Isn't he? Are you impressed with him because he had a quiet season last season?
Yeah, I like Otter, but at last season I thought he's a gifted player that we got to carry. The same, the old days used to have these glorious players in the midfield, and they didn't do everything for you, but if they got the ball, they could do a little bit of magic. Yeah. But at the end of the day, we want him as a team player. But why did he get subbed so early on the Bolton game? Was he injured or something? Because he got subbed in about the 60th minute, you know, 55th minute.
Was it for Moravti?
Yeah. Moravti come on.
Was it again that happened?
Yeah, I don't understand what that was. Was he having a bad game? Because everybody was having a bad game against Bolton.
Yeah, that's a fair point actually. Let's have a look. Was it Tuesday?
Yeah, I'm sure he got subbed in about 15 minutes in the second half.
Oh, sorry.
Hello, Mort.
The dogs. The dogs getting
our super fan here.
Getting a bit lonely. Yeah, 60th minute.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah,
I don't understand that. I mean, you know, he's been playing so well. Was he carrying an injury? Do you know? Or?
Not that I'm aware of, and I've not heard anything since. It seems like a tactical substitution, and we've seen it a lot this season where Hutter's got subbed where maybe Magoma should have.
Yeah.
You know, but speaking of Moravti as well, he's had a couple of. He's come on a couple of times. He played yesterday in the under-23s. Looked very, very lively. Played 80 minutes.
How did we get on yesterday?
We drew 0-0. It was a game. We controlled the game. We just couldn't finish our chances basically. But Moravti had a good game, and he's looked very, very good. Definitely a coup on a free transfer.
What's his best position now? I don't know. Is he a striker or is he an outside rock? Outside?
He can play. I think he played centre forward at his previous club, but he can play anywhere on the wing, either side.
Oh, okay.
So he's very useful for us. He's that sort of versatile player that we need when we don't have that many, players to pick from. And I think he could honestly. I'd probably start him, mate. I think.
Give him a go. Who would you drop for him now?
I'd drop Magoma. I know Magoma. He has his good game and stuff, but I just feel like
hot and cold Magoma, isn't he?
Yeah, he's good defensively as well.
Sometimes when he's on form, he's on form. But he does give the ball away a lot. I notice his passings have been a bit awful, especially against Bolton. But like you say, against Bolton, it could have been anybody. It could have been subbed. Could have been anybody.
Yeah, it was one of them where we didn't have a plan B. No. We've seen this a lot of the time. I mean, last season we didn't have a plan A. Let's face it. But we've got a tactic now where we tend to sacrifice possession to big teams. We play better against the better teams usually, bar probably Norwich, who are unbelievable. But we like to soak up an attack and then counter. Against teams like Bolton at home, it just doesn't seem to happen for us. And
they came at us, didn't they? You would think they were the home team. 20 minutes in the game, it was all them with the ball. We couldn't get the ball.
Yeah, it was one of them.
I don't understand why we were so awful on that night. It's hard to comprehend sometimes the way we play. I think Monk weren't happy about it, but wouldn't have been happy about it.
Yeah.
They should have been docked their wages, all of them. And I would, bringing back Brian Clough in the old days, he wouldn't stand for that.
Yeah.
He'd have them training the next morning at 9 o'clock in the field. That's what he was like. If they're not good enough, that's it.
Yeah.
Get them out.
I think, I don't know if it's, as I say, that's just sort of, that's what it's good to have you on here, because it's like it's like old school, isn't it? That's the way it was. But nowadays it's like for me, I'd say, listen, everyone has an off day.
Yeah, I agree.
And I think, all in all, they're a good team. Hey.
First vlog. Vlog. First podcast. And we got the dog to go and bar me. Hey! Vlog. Where did you get that from? Vlog. What do you reckon? With? or without? With or without? Yeah, like you're saying, the old days. In our day, I mean, in my day, football was more harder to play. It was what I call Ponzi football sometimes. Players rolling all over the bloody floor all the time just for a little knock. It's just ridiculous what goes on nowadays. They get paid too much money and they're not even... Half of them are just whinging all the time, just trying to get fouls, and it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, I mean, I listened to Alan Shearer on a podcast with the True Geordie. He's basically just a big, massive Geordie. But he was saying, like...
They're all big Geordies.
And he was saying the youth players are different now because, he used to have to really earn his place to get in the team, and he'd have to wash the other players' boots and that stuff. And nowadays the parents won't allow it. None of that stuff.
It was like an apprenticeship. The young lad would go in, you get in the team, you'd wash the players' boots, you'd do this, you screw the studs in, you'd watch them play, wash the boots out. You don't get that now. It's like, I don't know what happens now. Do you know what happens? I don't.
No, but as I say, it's a part of the times, and it's not just football. It's just as I say, it's got a lot more, probably politically correct, and people don't want to do things wrong, and they're very careful because people will sue for anything, and you know what I mean when you're at a football club, so they just want to make sure that doesn't happen. But to avoid going on too much of a tangent, let's look into the next game up against Blackburn. Just watch them. They lost 1-0.
To Borough,
yeah. They
played well. I didn't watch it.
They had a man sent off at half time. They had really poor. They were booed up at half time, cheered up at full time. So you know what it says. 1-0 they lost though, but they're gonna be a tough team as well at home. They're a very similar team. They've got Bradley Dack in the middle, who's unreal. Probably should have scored twice today. And Danny Graham up front is their sort of target man. He's their sort of duke.
He's a good target man, Graham. He's been around a bit, isn't he, Graham?
Yeah, he really has.
Swansea days. He was good, man. He was a good player.
Yeah, he still is. He's one of them. He's a grafter. He reminds me of Duke a lot. He doesn't, I don't know how many goals he's got this season, but he's a bit more of a provider. And
ball hold. Yeah.
Bradley Dack. Bradley Dack's like the chain.
Yeah, that's it.
I know he's a midfielder, but it's a similar kind of partnership. But
it ain't going to be easy against Blackburn. No. I know that. Mowbray will have them all out. They're a tall and physical team.
Yeah, they remind me of Blues a little bit. We do have that little bit of creativity now that we've probably been craving for a while. But I think it's a game we've got to win. We can put a bit of distance between us and the mob across the expressway as well, which is good. With them losing again, but.
That was good. That was a good result. Even though they should have scored a couple of times in the death, but they got for the first time ever somebody scored in the 94th minute against them. Because it's normally them that score in the last minute and win the bloody game like last season. No, they had about 8 or 9 games like that where they won in the last minute.
No, it was the first half, last minute of the first half, and then.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, 2-0.
I thought it was in the 92nd minute.
The first goal.
Brentford, I'm on about.
Yeah, Brentford.
Oh, Brentford. I was on about. Oh, sorry, I forgot they just played.
Yeah, Brentford. Yeah. That was
Oh, that's it. In Brentford, it was the 93rd minute, didn't they? Brentford scored, which was good.
Yeah,
well, good for us.
It usually is there. But yeah, hopefully, I mean, we've got the Villa in 3 weeks' time. They'll probably have Grealish
12 o'clock kick-off again.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I think so. Yeah. Oh. It always is with us, isn't it? Yeah. You never see Blues Villa on a Friday night. Which...
what I'm looking for now, Joe. I want to see a crowd down the game. Our crowd, not 4,000 away fans and 20,000 Blues fans. Where are the days gone? When we used to have 40. I'm sitting in the Tilton and 48, 50,000 standing up. I remember the days a long time ago when Francis got behind Leighton Phillips, back pass. Francis got on the ball, scored the goal, 1-2-1, and I jumped that high in the air. I had my glasses on, and my dad just bought me, and I smashed them. And when I picked them up, I just threw them away. When I got home, Dad said, "Where's your glasses?" And I told him, and he gave me a good beating, and I was 18. That's a true story.
Yeah, well, as I say again, it's one of them. It's about it's safety and all this and that. But safe standing is an option that looks like it could come into play, but I don't think you'll ever see them sort of capacities just after Hillsborough. Really, I think.
No, I understand.
You know what would you say is your best, if you can remember, your best night down St Andrews? Where, I mean, you could even say recently, like personally, mine would be it's between the quarter final against Villa and the semi final second leg against West Ham.
Well, that's what I was just going to say. I've just got goosebumps all up my back now.
Yeah, I remember.
Both of them were brilliant, mate. Absolutely fantastic. It was electrifying, was it, the night? It was absolutely fantastic. Of course, the Villa game would always be a bit more because it's rivalry, but that West Ham game,
going to Wembley, 3-1 down Jesus. On aggregate, weren't we? Carlton Cole, it was a beautiful goal, wasn't it, from Carlton Cole?
Yeah,
that he turned and just went, and then we thought that's it.
But I remember the game only a few years back, which was absolutely fantastic. We were in the Four Ashes in Sutton Coldfield in the pub. Were you with us? I think you were with us.
What year?
We were playing the Villa, and the ball come over. David Dunn took the free kick. Remember, what's his name? What's his name up front? I remember he scored in the 94th minute.
Stern John,
and we were all in the pub, and they were all Villa fans, and all of a sudden they all disappeared. That was great. They were winning and all. We were all jumping. That was really funny. But now the West Ham game. I think any game against the Vile is always good. So thinking of games, there's that many, but you know the game against West Ham or the Villa was a highlight, definitely.
So it's crazy. It says a lot to think that, like, obviously different generations, and we've got the games, our best games are the same ones, really.
Well, they are. Yeah.
What would you say in terms of atmosphere at St Andrews? You know, when there was that many people down there, was that probably your most memorable moment?
No, I think the game. In them days, I think Chelsea come down to St Andrews, and I think Tommy Langley got. I don't know if he got 3 or 4 goals, and I think they won 5-4, and it was absolutely magic. It was just. I mean, there was 40+, must have been 40+ thousand of us there, and to see 9 goals at St Andrew, and to think we were going to win it, just awful. But again, another time before your time, you'd have loved it. I was at not Anfield. I was at Ayresome Park. Yeah, Ayresome Park when Trevor Francis got a hat trick, and I don't know how they played. See, that's what I mean. In them days, you were playing in mud. You know, you couldn't even run, and the ball would get stuck in the mud. And Trevor Francis got a hat-trick against Borough. It was absolutely fantastic. You know, anything away days in them days were brilliant. They are now. Yeah, like I said, in the old days, you get out St Andrews when we were kids, 14, 15, 16. Away fans would be on the bus coming up the Coventry Road, jumping off. Throwing bricks, fighting. It used to be horrible to go to games because you'd go to a game and you'd think, am I going to get out of it safe? Yeah. Now, with the police, everything like that.
The police anything now, don't they?
So which is good. It is good. Although it's a shame because it ruins games.
I think in a way, like I think they've taken it too far in a sense, where every single game that we play Villa is on at 12 o'clock at Sunday. It just means we go to the pub earlier, like.
But they say no drinking in the ground, and yet people are in the pub. Well, I'm in the pub, as you know, at 8 o'clock in the morning.
If anything, it just means people will try and drink a load more before the game, and then they'll be.
And then after the game, it's even worse because then you're in the town and people are absolutely paralytic because they've been out on the pub since 8 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm looking forward to that game.
We're due a win against them, and again, it's another game where I think this is the most prepared we've been for it for a very long time. We've got quite a stable formula. It's a bit of a worry against Bolton again, but I don't think we'll have that issue. As long as we've got Che Adams ready, we'll have Hotter back. We didn't have Hotter when we played Villa last time. They can say they didn't have McGinn, but they're gonna have a full team as well. But I still think that. We can
deserve something.
I feel like we could have beat them last time
if that had gone in.
There's so many little factors, and Che Adams when he hit the post, and then they go and score two minutes later. It's typical Blues, isn't it?
Yeah, sickening as a Blues fan, to see that happening, especially against your rival teams. But going back to the Bolton game again, I mean, the lads were saying at the pub to me, Alex, cousin Alex, nephew, he was saying to me, I think Otter's best position's in the middle. And I thought, I'm thinking to myself, is it the best position? Because he moved Gary Gardner out to the left, and Gardner was lost on that side. And then I think, did he bring Gardner? He brought Davies on. Who did he bring on? No, he brought that Swedish guy on.
Yeah.
But Gary Gardner then came into the middle, and the game changed a little bit. I don't know. I do like Otter on the wings.
Yeah, I think
know you probably like him.
Previously, on the wings, he's been sussed all season, pretty much.
Yeah, I suppose because he's gifted in a bit. He's a gifted player. Probably centre mid should be the place for a gifted player like Glenn Hodder was a centre mid. You want somebody who can distribute the ball, and we need that, don't we?
Like that centre attacking mid position. He can drift a bit. He can free roam a bit almost. And it gives him a bit less sort of defensive duties as well. I think when you're on the wing, you've got to come back a lot, and I don't think he has the pace to be a winger, especially when he's got two on him. He's had a few occasions this season where he's managed to get in good positions, but his finishing has been awful. He hasn't got the sting, he ain't got the power to. He can't generate enough power to actually whip it like Chris Burke. Chris Burke used to.
Different player there, wouldn't I?
But then again, he's got something special about him. You put him in the middle. I think was his first game. Was it Forest? We put him in the middle, and he had that ball come across. He found himself. He was in the middle, edge of the box. He dinks it over their defender and slots it away. And that's what he can do. Not a lot of players in the Championship can do that sort of stuff.
As long as you've got the players around him that are going to work hard. Kifton Ball always work hard. He's a worker. David Davis is back now, so that's going to make a bit more. What do you call it in the middle there now? Competition for the ball.
Definitely. I think Gifton Ball stepped up as well. But talking about Hutter, he not only did he get that goal, he had an assist the game before that, and then another assist the game before that. And then after that, we had QPR. He got 2 assists.
2 assists, that's right.
He hit the woodwork. He should have scored, and he played in Morocco.
We scored off it there, didn't we? When he hit the woodwork,
but it didn't count as an assist. Okay. So technically, he had 3 assists. And he should have had 4 because he played in Morocco in the last minute.
I know he should have knocked that ball in.
I'll forgive him a bit. I'll forgive him because he had a really good game. He's one of them players that will try and he'll
go for it. I haven't seen him properly. You've seen him because you've seen him at the UR game when he come on for 15-20 minutes the other day, but can't judge him yet properly, can you?
I think I can judge his work ethic, which he'll go for everything. He'll be up against the player. He's got no chance of winning a header, but he'll still make it difficult for him. He'll still try and battle him in the air.
He looks a bit weighty for me, doesn't he?
He's fast.
But because I thought he carries a little bit of weight.
Nah,
not at all.
He's fast. He's got a good. I think QPR we saw a good bit of him, and at home to Bolton, the QPR away he had a good bit of intelligence about him. He was playing a few flicks, and definitely going to be part of our first. He'll cement himself in our first team, I think. If not,
who's your favourite midfield player since you've been? Who do you think is your favourite?
What do you've
seen playing? Just a bit for who have you liked and wish we had somebody like over the years that you've seen since you've been coming to the game?
Before, like not in our team now?
Not that's what I'm saying, in general, not this minute, over the years you've been going.
Who do I think? I
know,
I honestly, one name that comes to mind is probably Chris Burke, just because of how effective he was. But that season he had about 13 goals, 14 assists.
Coming on the left and hit the left foot all the time. He'd always score and all, and he did it to rock. My one's David Dunn.
Yeah.
I thought David Dunn was a great player, mate. I know he carried a bit of weight, then he lost a lot of weight.
Do you remember his? Do you remember when he tried to do a Rabona and he fell over? Was it at Villa?
I thought David Dunn was great. He was a great free kicks, but he could thread the ball in between the back of play. He got a great footballing mind, but he just struggled with weight, didn't he? And
he did, yeah.
And he was we got him from Blackburn, but he was a great. We had some good players when Dunny was playing for us, weren't we?
Savage, didn't we? Playing alongside him, and again, but he went to Blackburn.
But we hated Savage, and then when he come to the Blues, we loved him,
He's one of them players. There's a few like that, and people say that Malpay, the one that scored against Villa, he's a similar player, playing up front. He's the sort of player that you hate if he's not playing for you, but you absolutely love him if he is, because he just winds up the opposition.
Yeah, he does. He does. See, I'm hoping, I mean, this season, who knows what's going to happen to us, what's going to happen to Monk, with all the muck that's going around, flying around. I mean, you know more than me. You tell me what is happening with, these points that are in the,
We honestly, mate, we don't know. We don't, and we won't know until probably the end of the month. And I think the EFL have proposed 15 points. They've proposed 12 points. Yeah. Someone in the Times has said 15. I don't know if that's any good or not, but I've heard 12. That's what they wanted to punish us with, and it would be 6 for breaching profit and sustainability. The max losses you're allowed to make in a financial year is 39 million. We went over that. So that's what the one is for, and then the second one is we signed Christian Pedersen under an embargo.
But why did they ever sign him then?
Well, that was the thing. I think they there was a period of time where we thought they weren't going to actually let us register him. So we can sign players. It's whether the EFL will register him. So we have to, we signed him sort of behind their back, and then we went to the EFL like, yeah, he's our player. They could have said, we're not registering him, he'll be...
There you go, so surely we should have some leniency, I hope, with that one. I'm hoping.
I think they showed a bit of leniency by allowing him to play, but they put us under this embargo, and now they're trying to...
Kill us.
Well, they're trying to make an example of us.
Oh, well, we're not having that.
We'll see. We'll see with that. If we're going to get a points deduction, I'd probably say just do it this season. Take the points off us this season while we've got them, because we don't want to start a season on -12 or whatever. It'd just be ridiculous. And we've got them to sacrifice now.
That's right.
We're very lucky to be in the position we're in, because any other season, a season where Che Adams isn't firing like the way he is, this point deduction could relegate us. Another season. If Che Adams had taken a year longer.
Oh, last year. You imagine last year? We'd have been dead and buried, wouldn't we?
Absolutely.
I'm just amazed that. I've got to give credit where it's due. Monk's done a great job. He's very old school. I love him. The 4-4-2 he plays. He believes in. And we are a 4-4-2. I don't believe we got these 5 players in the middle. We could leave him one up front. We need.
It's a classic big man, little man we've got up front as well, and it really works. We've not had a strike partnership this effective for years. I can't remember. We got Duke on 10 goals, 10 assists. We've got Che Adams on 19 goals, 3 assists. When have we seen stats like that?
29 goals. We only hardly scored about 35 in the season at the most time.
Che Adams got 6. It was 6 last season, 9 in all competitions, because he got that hat-trick against Crawley. But he's absolutely come on leaps and bounds.
See, I've got a guy named Craig Bowden who I know really well. He's a Sheffield United supporter, and he was telling me, because he works in the same industry as me, and he was telling me, I asked him what shape was like, and he said he's a bit overweight, but he's fast. He said his best position at Sheffield United was right back.
Right back?
Or right side of midfield. We brought him in as a sorry. We brought him in as a striker.
Well,
I was surprised because he said he was a right-sided player.
I mean, I don't know about that. I know he's played left mid. I know he's played
in the midfield,
left mid, but I didn't know he was on the right side.
He said he played right back for Sheffield United a few times. He was only young, 18, 19, but he's so strong,
Yeah, he
big,
is.
And
we noticed the difference. When he joined Blues, he weren't as big, but he's massive, and he hasn't lost any of that. That's what's good about him, because he's got so many aspects. You saw against QPR, he loves to. He can either play in behind, or he can play with his back towards goal, defender there, and he'll spin the defender.
Give him. That's what I love about him. Spin and hit the ball. And he had a few the other day, but they got the blocks in straight away, because they could have gone in the goal.
Yeah, it was unlucky. He had one big chance against QPR, 93rd minute, and he should have equalised, but it was a really good save from their keeper. Their keeper's been doing really well this season, and I wouldn't take it away from Adams, but 90% of the time, Che Adams gets a sniff at goal, he scores. Yeah. You saw his goal against the pick of the bunch was Swansea away, mate. I don't know if you saw it.
Yeah,
he took one touch and curled it, and it was just so beautiful.
Right.
But I mean, the likelihood is he'll go in the summer. But he's honestly probably the best player, the best striker we've had since Trevor Francis.
The only positive, yeah, true.
And he'll break. He can even break Francis's record.
But we've been positive. If he does go next season, at least we're not going to owe anybody any money like they got royalties on him.
Well,
when we bought him, there wasn't anything because he was not a known player.
I think they've got
some tie on him again.
I think they've got 15%.
Oh, for crying out.
Yeah, I think they've got a sell-on fee, but only 15%, which is all right. I suppose.
Well,
and we'll probably get. We'll probably see Butland move on in the summer anyway, and we've got 25% of him, I think. So
that's and little grey blokey.
Gray, if he goes, yeah, we've got him.
We've got times on. So let me ask you something then, Joe. What about do you remember the first game I brought you to? I bet you don't.
Well, I remember you telling me I cried.
I took you to Bury. We were playing Bury, and we were sitting in the Trevor Francis suite, up the top.
Yeah.
And we were sitting there, and all of a sudden you started crying your eyes out. And all the blokes behind me said, "What's the matter? What you done to him? You smart?" I said, "No." And you turned around to him and you said, "I thought he was going to play." He wanted to play instead of watching the game. He was only 4. He was. It was funny, man. It was funny. We won that day 4-3 as well.
Yeah, I'm probably still crying.
Yeah. Oh, what a nightmare.
Yeah, I remember it's like I remember enjoying or watching the Blues when I was a lad, but actually going to the games and taking in the atmosphere, it did take me longer. Like it was probably like the one I started going with Jack. It was like
you were too busy playing football downstairs. In the
I loved that though. That's what started it, and it was 06-07 season.
Yeah.
We had Colchester at home was the first game, and I think we won it like 2-0, 2-1 or something. But that season, I think. Did we get promoted? I think we might have got promoted that season.
I'm getting too old now.
But
in a lot of things.
That's when I really fell in love with actually like going to the games and.
Do you remember the first year we went to Blackpool?
I think so. Yeah. One of the BB guys. Yeah, it was a nightmare.
Oh God, I wanted to kill him. Me, Jack and Bear and you. Oh God, BB gun he wanted.
Yeah, I just want a BB gun.
Yeah, but going back to the blog notes. You do great vlogs, Joe. You do great vlogs. You're getting a lot of support on the vlogs, which is good, and you're getting yourself around a bit.
Yeah.
And the other night you did a stop out in charity again, didn't you?
Yeah.
For the Blues. Was Horsey there? Was he? Or did he stop?
Horsfield was there. He stayed.
Did he stop all night? Or
he did it last year as well.
Oh, I thought he just showed and then goes.
No, Monk came down with Beattie and
we beat
James Beattie. He and actually he's probably been part of the reason why Che Adams is doing so well as well. He's coming and he's really.
I don't know what he did with Monk. He did well at Leeds. He did well at Borough. He did very well at Swansea. And like Borough got rid of him, and he was were they top 6 and they got rid of him. There must have been some problems.
I don't know where they were, but I know they won 2-1.
They were doing well.
And the thing is that the Borough fans came to our ground when they beat us not so long ago, and they're like saying, "Oh, what's this Gary Monk?" We got no respect for him, and I think with Leeds there's a bit more bitterness with him because I think he
did well. I
don't know what happened with him there.
I like him. He seems. His feet are firm on the ground. He wants to do stuff.
Yeah.
He's good. He's good enough to be a Premiership manager. We know that. He's proved it when he was at Swansea.
Yeah, tactically, he's very good.
Yeah, you imagine what he could do with players that we do get. Because he's getting the best out of the ones we've got now.
Honestly, I think if he had a bit of money, like Redknapp did, he'd be able to do well. I wouldn't want him to spend a large amount of money, but he's shown that even without spending mega bucks, he can sign good players. We got Pedersen. I mean, I know it was under embargo, but we got Pedersen for $2 million. We've been looking for a left back like that for absolutely ages, haven't we?
True.
He's good technically. He's physical. He can attack. He can even play left mid on occasion when we were short for players.
Correct. Yeah.
He's a really good player, and I feel like if we actually, let's say we just take our losses, we took the points deduction this season, we sell Che Adams, we're fine. As long as we're able to buy players, we're fine. If he gets a little bit of money, just a few million, where he could spend on a couple of players, I think he'd get a good number of players for the future, and I think even the likes of Marapti will come on and be really good for Blues.
But saying that, saying that, Joe, don't you think will he want to stay at the club? Because he wants to do better, doesn't he?
That's
my worry.
I think he's only been here for less than a year currently. He's coming up to his year. And I think, I think he's genuinely... I don't think he'll stick around forever. Like, let's be real. Especially if we're still under trouble and all that sort of thing. But I think he's quite a genuine bloke, and everyone I've spoke to that's associated with the club echoes this. They he really cares about the club and the community and what's going on, and he's built something here. And I feel like he's still, for a manager, he's very young. So he's got time, and
was he 40? Is he? Or 40?
I think it's
probably
40.
Early 40. Yeah, I'm going to say. That's the only worry, because
if an opportunity comes,
they've let him down this season, haven't they? The Blues really, because he's come. From what I gather, he's come and things weren't like they were supposed to be when he came. I think there's been a lot of hidden agenda in there that he didn't know about.
Well, I don't know. No. Let's not. Speculate, because when he joined, we were in a relegation battle. Yeah. It weren't a pretty picture by any means. We could have got relegated in the summer. We just don't know how much he knew about the embargo, and I feel like it was at a higher level that these decisions were made. We put in a bid for the World Cup finalist Vida defender for £12 million, and luckily it was rejected. Because we, I mean, I was listening to Ahmadou say it, and it's like it's just a lot of naivety from the top. And all I can say is I hope they've learnt the lesson. That's the one thing they've got to learn the lesson from what's gone on. So I mean, we've talked about a lot of things, but it's time for our Instagram questions.
Okay,
now.
Go for it, son.
If you we do this every single time on the podcast, so if you do want to follow us on Instagram, it's Brummie Joe, one word. Let's see what we've got. Got a fair few. That's a funny one. Alex Allen says, "Have you ever cried at a Blues game?" That's the one.
You.
My very first game.
Yeah, against Bury, we won 4-3.
Okay, so X.E.M24.X says, if Che goes in the summer, what kind of club would you say suits his style of play? Like, we don't want to talk about players going too much, but it might be inevitable. What would be best? I always thought when Southampton bid for him, I thought it might have been a good scene for him. But to be honest, don't really want to talk too much about where he's going to go.
His style of play, I don't
just
really
hopefully
know.
A club.
Everton, I think.
Yeah, let's hope for. I mean, there's big names coming in for him now. There's rumours of your Man United and Arsenal's coming in, which I don't think he should go to the top 6 club, but one that will pay the most money.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
that's what I'm going to say.
That's it.
Yeah. The best match. The best match you've ever seen, we think we said that. Was it Wembley?
West Ham and the Villa quarter-finals, semi-finals, and Wembley, really.
Yeah. The semi-final had the most drama to it.
My best match would have been the year we felt we were going to win the cup and we bloody lost.
2001?
No, going back a long time.
I thought you were about... What about Liverpool?
When we played Fulham in the semi-finals of the FA Cup, and
we've always been unlucky in the cup.
Jesus, yeah. But coming to think of it, that game, them 2 games recently, they were brilliant. And of course, the end result was great. We won the cup again as well.
What about the 2001 Liverpool went
in Wales. What was it? What's the name of that place? I can't remember. Summit Stadium anyway.
Millennium Stadium?
Millennium, yeah, we were robbed then.
Yeah, even they were saying, weren't they?
Yeah, we come out and we were robbed. We were robbed that day. We were really unlucky. We should have won that.
Yeah.
But again, we did ourselves proud. But like I say, I still think the Villa game, because it's a rivalry, but the West Ham game, I felt had more atmosphere. I don't know why.
Yeah, so
probably we had more about us.
Yeah, but they're the best games that you've been.
I've seen. I can remember for a long time.
Yeah. What about the player final?
Yeah, they're good.
Penalties.
Yeah, but
Darren Carter.
That's different, mate. Because we were going to win. I know. We're so unlucky with them playoff, finals. Although that one we won. and again that was at Millennium.
Yeah,
that was against Norwich, if I'm
Norwich, right.
Rob
Green and goal.
Yeah, the cups to just beat it because it's just electric.
Yeah, definitely. I feel very lucky to have actually witnessed it. And like, as I say, I talk to the Villa mates can give me stick about their history for as long as they want, but I've actually seen my club lift a trophy, which is
your mates. No,
not exactly, because at my age and under, none of them have.
That's what you say.
Even the older ones.
What you need to say is, what have you won since you're my age? What have you won in the last 20 years?
Yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Exactly. Oh, my history. Well, it's not the same.
For me, they've won everything, didn't they? In my year.
Yeah, for you. Well, sorry for you.
Yeah.
But, it's one of them. Best player you've seen at Birmingham would be Trevor Francis.
For me, yeah. What about you?
Best player that's a tricky one, isn't it? Mikel Forsell has always been my...
I think I was waiting for you to say that because you use him all the time.
Forsell has always been my favourite player, and he really got me into blues, and I think...
Your first shirt had Forsell on the back and all.
Yeah, I remember you telling me as well.
Yeah.
I got Forsell on the back of my shirt. It was a black and white one, and you said he'll be gone. We'll sell him, but he stayed for like another season.
Yeah.
So we had him for that. So it was worth it. But this is actually right now the first time I can say that we've had a striker that's better. I think. I think maybe not at the minute, but he fully will go on to be a lot better. Forsell was playing in our Premier League days, so we can't match the numbers and say, Che scored more. He's in a different league, but I think in terms of natural ability, Che's really up there for me.
Yeah, fair play.
But as well, I just absolutely love the bloke. I don't know what it was about him, but it's just I think everyone has this player, the one player that makes him fall in love with a team. And he's definitely one of them. And one day, I want to interview him. That's the aim. That's the aim.
For sale?
Yeah, for sale.
Get him on there, man.
I will one day. I'm saying.
Is he still in Germany?
Is he?
Was he finished?
He's in Finland.
Oh, was he playing?
He's finished.
Oh, he was playing for Van.
He's still playing. He was playing for Hanover.
Hanover. That's it, Hanover.
But he's getting on a bit now. He came back for a bit and went to Leeds, didn't he? I remember he came off the bench. I was like. Just emotional, man. Honestly, he's one of them players I never wanted to get old. I wanted him to come back to Blues one day, but it wasn't to be. Maybe in a managerial position.
I don't know.
But no, I'd love to chat to him. Andy McAllister 72 said opinion on Rangers.
On who?
Rangers.
Rangers Football Club.
For me, whenever someone asks Rangers or Celtic, I'll probably lean towards Rangers just because of Chris Burke. Barry Ferguson, those type of players that we got from there. We had a bit of a link with Rangers fans as well. And I know some of the lads, because we didn't have a game this weekend, they actually went up to the Rangers yesterday.
Well, I'm different to you. I'm a hoop.
24 hours.
I'm a hoop man.
Oh, yeah.
I've always been a hoop
bit
man.
Bit of a rivalry in the house.
Well, no, it goes back to the old days, the Catholics and the Protestants. That's what it used to be.
Yeah.
And there was too much religion in there.
But it's in Ireland as well, weren't it?
Yeah. I've been to Celtic a couple of times when I was a young lad in my years with the Spotted Dog in Digbeth. They used to have a coach that used to go, and I've seen 2 derbies at Rangers and Celtic, but there was so much trouble there.
Funny you say that though.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because a lot I was saying one of my mates, they got the coach up to Rangers on Saturday.
Celtic
24
club.
hours.
Yeah. Long.
Yeah.
But it was great. But then they brought. Who was it? The first black player they brought into the team, Rangers. It was the ex-Villa man. Remember him? Played on the wing. Black fella that played for the Villa. They had him, signed him up, and it went off. They couldn't sign black people in the team.
Really?
Oh, it was awful.
Really? What was this?
But he must be. This guy that asked you that must be. Either Scottish or love Stevie Gerrard.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that because you do take a liking to Liverpool.
Yeah, I love Liverpool. I work Liverpool. Liverpool, my second team, man.
You work because you worked there.
I worked at I worked for Royal and Son Alliance Property Services for years.
Yeah.
And then I spent a lot of time in Liverpool in the Adelphi, weeks here, weeks there, and it's just a fantastic place to visit. I just love their accent. It's the best accent. Beside the Geordies, the Scouties accent is the best. I love it. I love it, man.
Speaking of, quickly, if you want to go on that then, they've got a real chance to win the Premier League this season.
I hope so.
But, you know, they're up against Man City and even Spurs. And they did have a gap for a little while, but do you think that was too early? Do you think the pressure's already got to them in that sense?
I just think it's like you say, look at us, we had bad games. I think Liverpool had bad games, but they didn't lose, which was a plus for me. I do feel they're feeling it, because they could have won it a few seasons back. Do you remember when Stevie Gerrard slipped?
Yeah, I mean,
they were about 7 or 8. Yeah,
that's it. I feel like flashbacks.
That's what I thought. Stevie Gerrard slipped that day, and then they gone back and they went down. But they haven't lost. The big one is against Man United in it next week.
Yeah.
That's the one that's gonna tell us how if they're gonna beat. If they beat Man United, I think they'll scrape it.
Yeah.
I hope so anyway.
I've got to say, from a neutral perspective, I like the underdog. I like the
Tottenham.
No, either Liverpool or Tottenham. I would like.
I don't think Tottenham will win it.
They're
not good enough. They're not.
But they're in there, and they're still making themselves known. I feel like they're only a couple of points difference, and they've got Kane and Dele Alli coming back. And I think if they stay fit, I don't see why not when it gets to the end of the season. If they slip up and Tottenham don't, it can just happen. It can just happen.
Yeah, it's true.
You got they're keeping their name up and around there, and then failing that, they'll end up in the Champions League spots anyway, which is.
I just want Liverpool. I want Liverpool to win it. They deserve it, man. They should have won it, like I said, that time when they should have won it when Stevie G slipped up to Chelsea and Chelsea ended up winning. They got to win it. They have to win it. They need glory, Liverpool do. They're such a big club, man.
Yeah.
And when I watch them, I'd go to their games when we're away. When we're at home, I'd go to Liverpool away. Their home games, if I could get in there. It's just electrifying there. You've been to Liverpool, haven't you, Joe?
I haven't been to Liverpool, no.
Oh, Joe, it makes you cry, man.
I like
sing them songs.
I think the last time we played Liverpool away, we didn't go to that many away games. We go to the odd one.
Yeah.
We go to probably 5 a season, but we went to Arsenal away.
Yeah, that was brilliant. Emirates was a nice place.
Emirates was nice, but we'd go to more local ones, wouldn't we? We'd go.
I hate going down south though. I prefer travelling up north.
Your
Preston, your Hull, your Blackburns and all that, because they're easy to get to it now. Where down south it's all one-way streets or park miles away and get a tube in, and it's a bloody nightmare, man.
We got the train down for QPR. We had to walk around all day. It was good. It cost us £7 to go all the way around London for a day, which was pretty good.
Boring.
The train was £15. I was hungover, so it was a bit mad for me. But
you went sightseeing.
And then I went with Lee, but it was
fair play, Lee.
It was that's probably, I think that's what he's doing today. But it's different. But it was alright. It was alright. I was just a bit hanging.
I know you didn't get in till late.
No. Let's have a look at some more. Is there any reason why Joe don't do the dishes anymore? I've moved back home, but I should probably start doing the dishes. He'll tell you.
The dishes?
So, what I used to do when I lived in Hinckley was I'd do an Instagram live while I was doing the dishes, and I'd put it there and I'd talk to them while I was doing the washing up, because it's
washing up. You don't know what the meaning of it is.
I know. Obviously it's good to have you on as usual. You just you are the reason that I'm a Blues fan. I don't know what would I be if you never took me to Blues.
I'll tell you the story when he came. He was going to the school.
Hold on, my battery's about to die.
How is it? All right, we'll leave it to next time.
All right, we'll leave it to next time. Hopefully it don't die. If you did enjoy it, make sure you like the video, comment, letting us know if you want a part 2 of this, and subscribe if you're new. We'll catch you next time. See you later.
Keep on. Cheers,
Sound.